Ladies and gentlemen, and it is with great pleasure that I announce that the fifth inductee into the 2024 SSNA Ovens and Murray Football Netball League from Yarrawonga is Craig Ednie.
Craig Ednie earned the title of the Little Master, and for good reason. His 226-match career with Yarrawonga kicked off after a brief stint with Richmond and ended as one of the very best in the Ovens and Murray's modern era. The son of Pigeon's 1989 Premiership player Russell raised the bar when he played a starring role in the club's drought-breaking flag in 2006. He joined some elite company in taking out the Morris Medal and playing in a premiership in the same year. The bigger the stage, the better Ednie performed. His match-winning qualities were widely respected among rival clubs, and becoming coach at the age of 24, he again took his game to another level. The added attention he received inevitably backfired on the opposition. Ednie coached Yarrawonga in grand finals twice, but Albury won both times, despite some personal heroics, including an unforgettable goal from the boundary line in the final quarter of the 2010 decider. Crushed from a third straight grand final loss, Ednie was appointed coach of Mulwala before a famous backflip after Yarrawonga signed Brendan Favola. The chance to turn the tables on the Tigers was irresistible, with Ednie taking out the Did Simpson medal for best on ground in the 2012 grand final victory. Craig would win a Yarrawonga club record 5 best and fairests, 3 of these after he was relieved of the pressures of coaching. At the end of his O&M playing days, which included 7 representative appearances and Victorian country honours, Ednie coached Rennie to 2 flags in the Pecola District League. Craig Ednie, while small in stature, made a giant impact for his club and is a standout inductee into the Ovens and Murray Hall of Fame.
Now, Jake Burke from the Board of Mail called you the Little Master, and it's pretty evident by anybody who saw you play that the locals call you Snout. You want to elaborate on that?
Yes, I don't get Little Master very often, so Jake was very nice, but yeah, I do get the nickname Snout. My wife actually asked me one day how many times I've broken my nose, and I haven't broken it once, so yeah, I get the nickname Snout because I've got a peak on me.
It wouldn't be that you kept putting your nose in other people's business on the footy field, but we'll talk more about that. In the voiceover, Rod said small in stature, but you really are a giant of our game, not only locally, but I know you're revered across community footy and you still have a presence at Richmond Tigers and having done very well there. So I'm just interested in what was it that drove you to the level of success that you had. And I'll talk to you more about the premierships later, but as a young fellow coming back from the Tigers.
Well, I got the arse from Richmond, so that didn't last very long. I come back to Yarra through being bred and obviously my family ties, and yeah, ever since the love to join. I never coached Mulwala. I was going to Mulwala, but through a mate, but I never coached Mulwala, but I did do a backflip. Pretty glad I did, because they've jumped on board and won a couple of flags, so that was always good. But always, I suppose, being told that I'm not good enough and too small, so I've always had that drive to prove people wrong, I suppose.
I noticed that quite a few of your ex-teammates are here, and it was pleasing to see that Brendan drove up from Melbourne to help you celebrate tonight. But during the later parts of your career, you carried a fairly heavy shoulder injury, if I remember, left shoulder. And I think unfairly you copped a lot of treatment that was probably a little bit untoward, but you seem to have the ability to get in and under, but also get under people's nose a fair bit, so you're a bit of a cheeky little bloke too.
I probably got as much as I gave, so that was probably well warranted. Tim has probably attest to that. The only
cost me a week, you did.
Him and Chris Hyde, the only two that probably hit me, so I gave as good as I got, but I just competed and I just look around and you see all these great people here and all the inductees and all the people that come along to support. It's just a great night.
In the voiceover, we mentioned that 5 club best and fairest. A little bit of research that I did, there's only 13 players in the 130 odd years history of the league that have won 5 or more. You're now one of them. Ednie DeFazio from Manila won 6, Robbie Walker 12, but they're an exception. And I think you joined the Great West Parish on 5. So you had sustained success, and I know your dad Russell was a great player, a premiership player at Yarra, which is something that family involvement drove you a little bit extra as well.
Coached all the years, I think, so that gave me two best and fairest, so that always helped. I was lucky enough to have great family support through the Ednie side and the Marble side.
I talked to Chris Hyatt earlier about the great rivalry between Yarrawonga and Albury, but one would probably describe as more of a community club, and that'd be Yarrawonga. Can you share with us your views on the premierships that the club won in 2006, 12 and 13, not only from the football club perspective, but from a broader community? And I recall one of the grand final parades was probably one of the biggest parades I've seen anywhere in the history of country sport. It was just phenomenal. I know Glenn had a lot to do with it, but your views on those 3 years to the footy club and the broader Yarra community?
Yeah, look, Glenn was a massive driver of those parades, and I think Chris mentioned earlier that those days, or 10 years, 7 years that we competed against Albury were pretty amazing, and to see all the support that he's got here tonight, and myself very lucky that those rivalries were pretty amazing. And as Chris said, you'd speak to GV people and you'd speak to whoever, and they'd always get up to come and watch those games. And I think there was a bit of a hatred or jealousy along the way, but towards the end of it, there was a lot of respect. And Chris probably hit it on the head when the unfortunate incident of James McQuillan probably made us all realise a little bit that we're brought back down to earth and didn't think that we were better than what the game was and what life was. So, and those days were pretty amazing to be a part of, really. Like to play in 7 grand finals and Fed Rock Up, and it was just playing in front of crowds of 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people couldn't dream of it. It was just for country football, for Yarrawonga supporters, and for what happened for the Ovens and Murray, what Fed brought it down was amazing, really.
When you finished at Yarra and all that success you had individually and collectively, you then took up the challenge of heading out to Rennie. I've spent a bit of time in my own life at small community clubs, but you recruited a couple of big guns to go with you. You won 2 flags, but then you came back to Yarra and you're still helping out there now. I believe you might have even settled up for a couple of Resi games to fill in your early 40s. That's a big commitment to...
got dropped the other week in the 2.
You got dropped?
I went out to Rennie. I was very lucky. It's probably something I wish maybe I'd done earlier. I went out there with Matt Pendergast, who is obviously going to get inducted, and Brad Murray and Judd Porter and Dan Maher and Brad Thompson come out, and we had Fev come out, and we probably would have won another one if COVID didn't hit. But it was a great little community, and a table over there, and those 3 or 4 or 5 years that I had there in the end were as good as any footy I could ever imagine. And Pender's got a paddock name out there called the Canola Paddock, where they're painting, but there were some good days, and I recommend for anyone that play footy for as long as you can, or been involved with the football netball community, because it is short, but you get so much out of it.
I know that your family is incredibly proud of your achievements and somebody who continues to give. So thank you for sharing those thoughts with us, and I'll hand the microphone to you to make your thanks. So well done. Congratulations.
I've got a speech, and I'll keep it pretty short and sweet, like Mick said. Everyone's probably getting to the end where they like to have a drink and a good time, but I want to congratulate everyone else who's been inducted. It's fantastic. I'm honoured, a little bit embarrassed, because it is such a great honour to be involved in it. It is a little bit of a coincidence. Obviously, 2 first inductees, as well as I know the last 3 and Matt to come. But Mick's wife taught me at school, and she's probably sitting up there going, "Look at that little prick." I wasn't as bad as the other couple down the table this morning, but I was lucky enough. I met Chris when I was probably 12. We started playing footy, and I called bullshit Chris, because I don't think Chris went to Albury, because I was your mate too. I can understand why you go to a great club. I mean that, and said you beat me about 4 grand. So. And I was lucky enough, I played basketball with Chris, and his father coached us, so I know he'd be sitting up there, mate, super, super proud of you. You tell me to swan the basketball and do whatever else we had to do, but it's an honour to be inducted with yourself. And then I've got Pando, as I said, I played a lot of footy with him too on Rennie and whatnot, and I know your mum would be super proud too, mate, so, you know, to be inducted with 2 blokes that I've pretty much grown up with and been through life in football and sport in general, I couldn't have thought it happened on a better night, so thank you. To my family, Dad started off coaching me, and then Callie O'Donnell, who's been mentioned, and John Burns, and they were pretty hard on me back then, those two, but I probably listened, and most times I listened, I can tell John. To the late, great Neil Davis, he's been fantastic, coaching the thirds, and then Bob Craig come along, who I would have been, as I said, I wouldn't have been the easiest person to coach, but I was competitive, and Bob brought 2006 premiership tours and something that we'll never forget and always have together, mate, and I appreciate that. And then obviously Barnesy and Keita and Fev come along, which was great as coaches. So to my teammates, Chris and Ara, I think you don't get these awards without you guys. And I'm so lucky to have 30 people travel up tonight and celebrate this to me. And it really means a lot to me that you came. And so the premierships, whatever else, it doesn't matter really. It's the friendships you make, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you. And last not least, obviously Mum and Dad and my sister and brother, who put up with a lot, and I've always been the favourite and probably better than most of them, thanks. And to my beautiful wife, who she actually hates footy, but she likes ladies' days, so she don't know those sort of events, but she does put up with a lot. My sort of, when I did play footy for a while and tried to hang on for a long time, she said I was pretty moody, which if anyone who's played against me, Andy Carey, would probably say he was a little shit or whatever, so I really do appreciate it, I'm honoured. It's great to see so many special people in the room, and you do make some good friends from opposition clubs, so thank you so much. Thanks, I cannot probably let it go without it, but thanks to the big fella for travelling up, you surprised me. Rick travelled as well, so I really do appreciate that, guys, and it means a lot to me, so have a good night, and watch your beers. Cheers.
Leagues. Premierships in 2006, 12 and 13, 3 runners-up, best and fairest in 2004, 7, 13, 14, 15, league best and fairest, Forest Middle, 2006, best on the ground in the grand final, best on the ground in interleague, coach of Yarrawonga Light member, former Richmond footballer, premiership coach at Rennie, good family man, what a fitting inductee. Craig Ednie, well done, Craig.